last week I got into a McDonald's and
Yeah. Oh, okay. Tell your McDonald's story.
yeah. So I drive up to this McDonald's. I'm with my girlfriend, and she has to use the bathroom, and I want like some nice cold coffee, not sponsored, but it's like the best caramelized coffee. So I like go over there. I get some like hash browns at 2 a.m. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. I sit by the window, and I start reading because that's something I do. I'm on my Kindle and I see this one guy just walk up through the window and he starts dancing. He's just like throwing it down like right in front of me, and I'm like, okay, I'll respond. I'll reciprocate these feelings, and I start shaking my body almost as if I was dancing to an unseen, unheard beat, and yeah, now he thinks that we have a connection. So he starts tapping on the glass right next to me. And I'm like, fuck. And this guy, let me tell you about this guy. He's like stick thin, he's like hooked up on cocaine or some drugs.
Just like your brother.
Yeah, he's like fucking ticking down, he's like shaking everywhere. He taps on the glass and I'm like, fuck, okay. Well, I go outside because he obviously has something to tell me. He starts whispering and I don't hear him, so I open the door, I go outside. I'm like, hey, what's up? And he starts telling me about how he and his bud were snorting cocaine in the McDonald's bathroom. And he asked me if I've seen his buddy. And I'm like, yeah, his bud. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. So he looks at me, he's like, well, I mean, it's this
with the hamburger.
Yeah, no, he
Wait, body or buddy? Sorry, I'm still on that like.
He showed his body.
buddy.
Did he lose his friend or did he lose his body?
No,
he lost his weight. Man.
Or did he feel like did he literally lose his money? Yeah.
He lost his friend.
or his mind because
He lost his friend.
Probably should call him.
Because they were both smoking it up in the bathroom, and
smoke cooking. All right,
yeah,
okay.
They get kicked out of the McDonald's, and they go separate ways until he realizes that instead of his cocaine, he has weed in his bag, and the other guy has a bag with cocaine. So he's tasking me with this quest to go and find his buddy. But I have no idea what this guy looks like, so I'm like, hey, what's he even look like? I haven't fucking seen him. And he's like, no, it's this skinny white guy. And that's it. That's all he gives me. So at that point, my girl comes out of the bathroom. She looks at me. She sees me through the window. She's like, what's going on? I go back in. I'm like, hey, you stay back there. Sit down, relax. I'll be with you. Don't get in this.
You join in, huh?
Yeah. He's like, okay, well, I'll leave you to that. And then he just fucking stumbles away. After a while, I'm just sitting there. I'm finishing up my coffee. I'm like, yes, this is it. I am going to leave as soon as this finishes. He comes back. And this time he looks like he has to pee. He's like doing the pee dance, when the... He comes back. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, I think my friend tried to like scam me for my shit. And I'm like, yeah, no shit, because cocaine. I'm not a drug person, but I'm pretty sure cocaine's worth more than weed.
I'm not a drug person.
I mean,
I don't
even know that either. Sure.
Yeah, I only take Advil.
Almost do.
Yeah, I only take PCP.
I only drink acid with rum, certainly, on certain time. Point being, he comes back. He's like, I think he took my stuff. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's what happens. And I don't know what happens. He just really has to pee all throughout this. And I'm really uncomfortable. I'm trying to leave. I'm like, hey, yeah, that's cool, but I gotta... And no, he just keeps talking to me. He's like, but my buddy, I don't know where he's at. If you see him, just let me know. And at some point, he offers me to, like, smoke up his weed, because it's, like, some California shit. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Let's just fucking go. He has to pee behind a Dunkin' Donuts, and I take that moment to just leave. And that's it. That's my McDonald's story.
It's your wild story.
Yeah,
So you left him behind, dude.
yeah. Last I saw him, he was sipping on his pants and talking to a McDonald's employee.
Did he pee?
I think so.
Did he pee? Okay, that's the worst thing to worry about.